Hello and welcome back to my next video. I am Chaos to the power of 10 and we will play the third part of Find Love or Die Trying. The last time I had to cancel in the middle of an episode, so what happened the last time? We dated the blonde one and the gamer girl. They were both quite weird. The one they both almost killed us, so so let's start. We kicked off our morning with a delicious meal made by Violet. So tell us more about your dream, Terra. I don't really remember much, but I was in a video game and I was getting hit on by a lot of pigeons. That is the situation with the helmet. How am I supposed to respond to that? What if it was a sign? I'm sorry, what? It was a dream, nothing more. I don't see how... Ellie had a devilish grin on her face. Ellie. The blonde one is Ellie. Okay. I think it is a sign, Terra. It's a sign that you should try making video games. The world needs more pigeon dating sims. You are right. There's no time to waste. Terra ran off. Oh my, are you certain that was a good idea to spur her on? Of course. Seriously, what's the worst that could happen? I felt a chill run down my spine. Yeah, the last time we also finished dating with Yui, but we didn't finish dating with Violet, because then we were surrounded by their force, and then we were killed, but apparently not, because we waked up at the beginning of the game again, and then all starts over again with small changes, like now we are not allowed to date Yui or Violet. Why am I switching them up again? We are not allowed to date Yui or Scarlet, but we are supposed to date 3 girls, and well, there are only 3 other girls. So apparently we have to know all the stories of all the people. I found Kat in the same place she found me yesterday. Morning, Kay. It's time to decide who your last soulmate candidate is. Oh man, I'm gonna make killing from today's bed with 4. The poor guy. He doesn't know you have been rigging the show. He doesn't know you have been rigging the show. What he doesn't know can't hurt him. Well, exactly what he doesn't know hurts him, so... Anyway, after you make your choice, it'll be just between the 3 soulmates candidate from here on out. Wait, just a second. Oh. Wait, just a second. What does a... I thought somebody would ask, so let me explain. If you don't get chosen, we'll make the rest of this show a tropical getaway for you. You will still be able to see the other girls and live in the mansion, so really, it's no big deal. Terra did a little fist bump. So, without further ado, Kay, who's the last unlucky girl? I would like to spend some time today with Violet. You are quite happy about that. Alright, we'll make it happen. Give us a moment to set up the scene, then go find her. I had just gone outside the mansion to find Violet, when a white limousine drove up and stopped in front of me. of course. He is rich. One stepped out from the driver's seat and walked towards me. "Hey, good day. Please do enter." What's with the formal talk? Please just get in the car, Kay. You already heard what she did to my bro. Huh? He opened the passenger door and ushered me inside. I shrugged and went inside. What's the worst that could happen on a death game dating show? Yeah, what could... We sat in silence as one drove me to what looked like some sort of fancy restaurant, then escorted me inside. I don't like it to sit with some stranger in a car. Well, it is a limousine, so maybe I'm sitting far in the backseat. Oh, here we are again. We were here while we were be taken from the force the last time. But it was evening and it was quite nice. A shame that we were stopped. Oh, also, Happy Pride Month. Bonjour, suitor. I trust my new butler brought you here safely. Oh, he's your new butler? Poor guy. Yeah, he did. What's going on, Violet? I thought I would give you a chance to have some alone time with the star of the show, is all. I hate her. I hate people like that. I am told this is what people do when they are courting. Courting? Have you never been on a date before? Of course I have, and I have read all the manuals on the subject. Manuals? I will have you know, I have studied every book of the lusty new Asian maid series and know them all by heart. Okay. Impressed, I'm sure. I am impressed with how much time you have to read about, like, how much time you need to read into that subject. I am impressed, Violet. Oh, it was nothing. Pardon my interruption. I have brought your food. Please be seated, honored guests. Violet and I sat at a table in the center of the palace, as one placed each dish onto the table one by one. He seemed to linger over the meatballs as he brought them over. Thank you, one. Please don't hold yourself back. That was crooked. Don't think I will. This food looks incredible and probably worth more than my life. You are right on both counts, Kay. I'm ecstatic you like the assortment. I planned it myself. You are a chef? You could say that? Why is she blushing about that? What do you mean? Anyway, tell me more about yourself, Kay. Could it be that will we see her sometimes in a full body, like, leather outfit? Like she is a chef in some sort? I know it isn't named chef, but it would be funny. And fitting to her character. There's not much to say. Amnesia is a hell of a drug. You do not remember your past? Yeah, bummer, right? What a bummer. Then rest assured I will find the finest scientists in all the land to help you recover your memories when this is over. That would be great. Thanks, Violet. Think nothing of it. It's the duty of those with more to give back, no? So, have you ever thought, perchance, that this is perchance? That this is actually a blessing in disguise? What do you mean? Many of us would be happier not knowing what drags us down. She has a dark side somehow. That's maybe true, but still I need to know. You sound just like the reference examples in the Romans manuals. Consider me impressed. You know, those manuals are just regular old-fashioned novels, right? I'm not behaving like that just because it is in a novel. Ha! You're quite funny, Kay. An admirable trait to have. I like that. Okay. Anyway, you haven't told me about yourself, Violet. Who are you? What do you do for fun? I would like to know. Being this scion? Scion of the Valentines does not leave much time for fun, I'm afraid. Even on this show, I spent most of my waking hours managing the Valentine's restaurant businesses. Oh. But I suppose, if I have a spell of time, I enjoy baking. Oh. I don't get it. Why are you embarrassed by liking baking? Everyone has a hobby. Baking is something of a servant hobby, according to my parents. Oh yeah. When they find out I was enjoying that, well, they made sure to stop me from ever doing it again, with all the restaurant work. It's a bit ironic, isn't it? You know what? I do know of what, but what do you mean? Who cares what your parents think? Here on these islands, a million miles out, they can't stop you. How about we find some time together to bake up for lost time? Bake up for lost time, oh yeah. She laughed like a child. That would be wonderful, Kay. I would make some time on my calendar for you. We'll spend the next few hours enjoying the finest meal that money could buy. Each course was better than the last, just like each chapter of The Lusty New Asian Maid, according to Violet. Something tells me that the same applies to every moment I will share together with Violet. After today's date, I went out for a short walk outside the mansion. Oh, hey Kay. Hey Kat, what's up? Let's not waste any time, I gotta get back to editing and you know what I want to hear. I know Ellie was your favorite till now, but maybe Violet has shaken things up a bit. Who's number one now? I still don't feel... I don't really like Violet. Violet... Her character seems a little bit flat, like she's a rich girl and all she has for herself is, like, being rich and, like, liking baking. She doesn't have so much of a personality. So I'm still with Ellie right now. Ellie is still my number one. I've been counting the days till I can see her again. Oh boy. And I know it's going to be worth the wait. Damn, that's definitely going to go in the broadcast. I couldn't write that much cheese if I tried. I have got some good news for you then. My plan was a success. Having 3 soulmate candidates has worked magic for our ratings. Which of course means the show will go on. That's awesome, so I'm safe now. Just for now, though we are not out of the woods just yet. We need to make sure the next stretch of the show rates even higher. It's time for phase 2. Over the next 3 days, you will go on a second date with each of Ellie, Terra and Violet. Just imagine how much higher our ratings would be if our viewers got to see even more of their favorites falling in love. Just imagine that sweet ad revenue rolling in. Sorry, I got distracted for a second. Sounds good to you? Sounds like a plan to me. Good, that's what I like to hear. Tomorrow morning I will be asking you who you want to have your first second date with. Put some thoughts into that. Sometimes the order of content is just as important as the content itself for ratings. So maybe we need to date a specific person? Will do, thanks Kat. No biggie, I gotta get back to work, so I will see ya later. Night. I waved goodbye to her as she walked away from the mansion. Guess it's time to turn in for the night. Wasn't it the second date where the blonde one was in the woods and then woke up in her bed? So maybe we should date her to get to know what happened. We borrowed a boat and went for a cruise around the island. I love the way the wind feels. Why is that? Feels like freedom. Can't get enough of it. No cameras, no people, nothing to stop me from... She pulled me closer and kissed me on the lips. For a moment, time stopped and we were the only two people that existed. Doing what I want? I smiled. I'm pretty sure we don't need to be all the way out here just for a kiss. I guess you are right. After all, it's hotter if people are watching. Interesting. We laughed together as we cruised along till the sun went down. The world was ours. The sound of waves grows louder and louder, threatening to pull me back into reality. Will I know you before I'm taken under? I bet it is Cat. Then you set the meat at around 300 degrees for 40 minutes. Okay, got it. Tara furiously scribbled down notes. Wait a minute, couldn't I just cook it for 600 degrees for 20 minutes? That's not quite how it works, I'm afraid. But the math checks out. What's going on? Oh, good morning, Kay. How do you do? I'm teaching Tara the proper way to prepare a pot roast. So far, I'd say it's going pretty well. Tara will be the one to prepare lunch today, instead of me. Tara turned one of the dials on the stove as far as it would go to the right. And the student has surpassed the master. On second thoughts, perhaps I will prepare an alternate course. One moment, please. Oh gee, of little face. Oh yeah. That's weird slang, I don't understand. Time for the moment of truth. Lunch is served. It will be black outside and raw in the middle. Tara was nervously clasping her hands tight. It's delicious! I did it, oh my gosh! Tara did a little dance in celebration and gave Violet a high five. Should I become a food vlogger? I'm a cooking savant. This talent shouldn't be wasted. Psst. Hey Violet. What is it, Kay? Is this what you cooked or is this what Tara cooked? Violet smiled and winked at me. I don't know what you are talking about. She sipped on her soup contentedly. I couldn't help but smile back at her. Damn, this was the best meal I've ever had. Granted, my memory only goes back about 4 days, but still, it counts for something. Morning, Kay. Congrats, you've made it to the 4th day. And you have become the first person to have not one, not two, but 3 soulmate candidates. Who would have thought? Granted, soulmate candidates don't really exist, but hey, we'll edit that part out. You shouldn't be really proud of yourself. You should be really proud of yourself. I can't tell if you are being serious or not. I will have that for you to guess. Anyway, between your 3 lucky romance interests, Ellie, Tara and Violet, who do you want to spend today with? She said that we need to be careful about that one. As far as I know, Ellie will be. Or should we date her today or rather tomorrow? I would say Ellie, maybe? Ellie? Really now, I'm surprised, consider how you KO'd yourself last time. But that's none of my business. We'll start filming down at the beach. See you there. Will we do, like, water sports? Howdy, Kay. You ready for round 2? I figured you might want to hang out somewhere where rollerblades don't work. Oh, I spent all night dreaming of the next chance I could use those 2 little death machines. Then I think you'll love what we've got in store today. There's no wheels where we are going. What do you mean? You will see. Follow me. First I'm gonna need you to close your eyes. I'm not sure I like where this is going. Nothing to worry about, Kay. I'll be right next to you the whole time. Because that's always gonna well. Hasn't it? Ellie moved behind me and covered my eyes with her hands. Now, let's just keep walking forward. Trust me. Right. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't somewhat enjoying this. My heart skipped a beat when she wrapped her arms around me. I cautiously took steps after step forward. First I felt dirt, then sand, then water? Are you trying to make me drown myself? Of course not, though I have to admit this does look a lot like how they killed people back in the days. You're gonna want to take a really high step forward next, or it's gonna hurt. I raised my right leg as high as I could, then stepped forward. Something clanged like metal. Next I brought over my left leg. Keep your eyes closed for just a second longer. I just gonna do one thing. Ellie let go of me and took a few steps forward. Because, brace yourself. Wait, what's... I was knocked off my feet by the sudden movement and opened my eyes on reflex. Water sprayed onto my body as I struggled to regain my balance. All aboard the SSST Ellie. When and where did you get a boat? Pretty cool, right? I found this baby in the back of the mansion this morning. Oh, is that our escape boat? You just found it. Anyway, I asked Kat if I could take it for a spin. She said that as long as we stay within a few clicks of the island, we are good, or the engine will automatically shut off. Oh, that's why we couldn't escape. So I thought, why not have a little joyride around the island? Why not? I like the sound of that. And away we go. We cruised around the island for a while, taking note of the different buildings covering the island. The mansion seemed so small from way out here. Hours flew by as we cruised around. Ellie took a deep breath and sighed. You okay, Ellie? You don't seem as chipper as usual. I guess I'm a little homesick. It's nothing to do with you, promise. I'm just worried about my old man. I'm sorry, wasn't your father... Ah yeah, he's long gone. You know the old story about New Asia. I'm talking about Lucas. He was a good friend of my dad, and he's taken care of me and a whole lot of other kids. Sounds like a cool dude. You sure have a way with words, don't you, Kay? I don't dwell much on the past, it just slows you down. I couldn't agree more. We don't have a past. And we are not really speeding. Is it the amnesia talking? Who knows? She laughed as she put her hand tenderly against my cheek. I'm more worried that he'll get himself into trouble if I'm not around to keep him in check. What's he like? Let's just say that's a lot of how I act is from him, but I'm much more restrained. You are much more If you are like this, I guess I wouldn't survive even a single day hanging out with him. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Oh, nothing at all. Ellie made a sharp turn. The sudden force almost threw me out of the boat. Hey, what was that for? Oh, nothing at all. I couldn't help but smile at her. She was particularly shining when she had that devilish grin. I'm sure he's doing just fine, Ellie. He probably watched right now, just to make sure you are safe. You are probably right, now that I think about it. You always wasted the day watching shitty reality TV shows. Which give me an idea. What's that? With one hand on the wheel, Ellie turned to me and kissed me on the lips. I kissed her back. It felt like lightning was running through my veins. The boat started to rock back and forth more and more, uncontrollably. But we didn't stop. That's got to give Lucas a heart attack. Seriously, what kind of father lets their daughter go on a trashy show like this? I couldn't help but laugh. Whatever. It's been a fun ride so far. And here's to the next one with you, okay? She kissed me again, sending the boat into a erratic frenzy. We spent the rest of the day together cruising around on the boat, till we ran out of daylight. I was feeling a bit restless after today's date to wait in my room, so I went downstairs to relax. Looked like someone had the same idea I did. Kat was relaxing on the sofa with a bottle of red wine in hand. Hey there, Kay. Care for a glass of 5? Care for a glass? Or 5? 5. Okay. Well, sure. 1. 1, please. Sure, I would love a glass. Now that's what I'm talking about. She handed me a glass and poured until it was full. Oh, a full glass of wine. That's... You should almost, like, if that is a glass, then you should have, like, that one. Whoa, maybe a little too much. What's life without a few risks? Long? Much like your remaining lifespan. I would have thought something else come out of that one. Long. Kat filled her glass to her brim and downed it in one go. I have I'm just realizing we had to choose a pronoun at the beginning of the game, but I cannot remember that we ever was talked about in the third person, like she or he or they. So why even choosing if the game in itself is like without pronouns until now? So, well, it is nice, but make use of it. Kat filled her glass to the brim and downed it in one go. She laughed and lightly jabbed me. I felt like I was finally getting to see see her real smile. Cat started chugging down the bottle. Yeah. Okay. You okay? I worked on a TV show that kills innocent people for shit and giggles. How okay do you think I could be? Oh, yay. Oh, I know. Drinking out of stress is not good, but it... Sometimes, like, if you only do it like once, it can help you release the stress better because you are not so taken back into yourself. But do it only with friends you trust. And as said, only once. Not drinking out of frustration shouldn't be a permanent thing, okay? Drink responsible. Please. I work on a TV show that... You might want to stop drinking that. You're more of a buzz killer than Damien, and I don't even know how that's possible. He is killed people with buzzsaws. What are buzzsaws? I have to Google it later. Sorry, Kay, I didn't mean that. It's okay, Kat. No worries. Now that you mentioned it, how did you end up working here anyway? The old career fair down the block. She laid down on the sofa. If you are here for the daily interview, where I ask you about your day, I already have enough footage for today. As strange as it might sound, Kat, I'm here because I'm worried about you. Well, I wanted to go somewhere and I met you by circumstance, but we are worried now. And why is that? People who chug a whole bottle of wine in one night usually aren't in the best place. Yeah. Worry about yourself, Kay. If you knew some of the things I have done to survive, you wouldn't be trying to comfort me. From what it sounds like, no one really has any choice. You're just forced on being a waiting magnet on your dates. I'll be fine. You just focus on being a ratings magnet on your dates. I will be fine. Thanks, Kay. If you don't mind, I would like to be alone. Good night, Kat. Don't stay up too late. Great, the walking corpse is giving me advice on how to live now. Do I really look that bad right now? Good night, Kat. I hurried along. Now hold on just a... No. If only I could escape this island as easily as I could from a very, very drunk cat. Wait a minute. If Cat's drunk, then who's making sure today's episode is good? Oh. Something tells me I'm not going to sleep very well tonight. The two of us were lying down in a grassy field, watching the world pass us by. Where would you want to go when you are out of here? The countryside? Seems like it'd be the only place nowadays that you can get some peace and quiet. That does sound nice. Would you come with me? I know it's not for everybody and it's missing a lot of the... You don't even have to ask, love. Of course I'm coming with you. We are a team, right? We are a team. She moved closer. I held her tightly in my arms. Mom would have loved you. I wish you would have had a chance to meet her. I know. Well, make sure our kid gets a chance to meet theirs, though. Her face turned bright red. What? Say that after we are actually engaged. I cannot stutter. Unless it is English. It's cute how embarrassed she gets. You mean it? Every word. You are sweet. Not as sweet as you? The dreams get shorter, I have the feeling. A beach scene? Seriously? Not only gratuitous, but also predictable. Oh, come on, it's beach, don't be so negative. I guess you're right, it's not every day you get to go to the beach. Are you alright, Terra? You have looked better. Terra was practically crawling on the beach sand, like a zombie with one arm. Sunlight, my worst enemy. We meet again, you piece of shit. There's some shade under the beach umbrella over here. Terra, you look like you could use it. I swear I'd never seen Terra move so fast. Let's go in the water, come on. Scarlet grabbed Violet by her hand and pulled her towards the water. But I didn't bring anything to change. Now that's the spirit, wait up you guys. And just like that, they are off. You up to join them? I'd be crazy to miss out on this. Just one thing first. Ellie put me in with her arms and kissed me passionately. Ellie pulled me in with her arms and kissed me passionately. It's hotter when the other girls are around, you think they saw? I couldn't stop my jaw from dropping. The look on your face is priceless. My god. Try to keep up. Ellie went to join the other girls in the water. I smiled and followed suit. It's kinda weird that the girl in my dreams has some... Like from every girl she has something. We spent the rest of the morning enjoying the warm weather on the beach. Good morning, Cat. I have been looking for you. Not so loud, please. My head kills me from all the wine last night. I still had to edit our broadcast after that, which didn't help. Somehow the scene feels familiar. You was drunk the last time. Something tells me that my chance of surviving goes down for every open bottle of alcohol on the island. Maybe I should spend today reenacting prohibition instead of going on a date. You do know how prohibition ended, right? Anyway, back to the brass tacks. Yesterday's second date with Ellie went really well. Let's keep striking the iron while it's hot. Which soulmate candidate will you be going on a second date with today? Terra? I don't know. Alright, sounds like a plan to me. I think she's working on something in the mansion. Lead the way. Okay. I knocked on the door to the games room. Hey Kay, what's up? I thought I'd check in and see how you are doing with your game. Let me show you what I'm working on then. Terra handed me her game device. Not all the art is ready yet, but I'm hoping it'll be done soon. It's a farming game. I had to ditch the pigeon dating idea after, finding out it was already done. That's really a shame for the whole world, really. But in this game, you get to live in a village out in the country, make friends, raise crops, and decimate all the invaders with your giant mecha pigeon death machine. Okay. There's 1 million possible weapon combinations and that sounds cool. Just be positive all the time. Wow, that sounds cool. I'd love to play it. I'm curious how come you decide to make a farming game? Good question. They have just got a special place in my heart. I used to just play these morning till night every day. You can probably tell I'm not really a go out and party kind of person. You are not? To be honest, I don't know enough people to go to parties anyway, but whatever. Oh, don't worry, I noticed that. And I know that. Sometimes it can be more fun to stay indoors and just do what you enjoy. That's how I feel about it. Enough talk, try playing it. I want to see how you feel about it. Alright, here we go. The title screen displayed with a click. Star Blue Are we allowed to? It's a Star Blue Valley, so it's alright. Are you? I have to look it up, but do you have something to do with that game? That would be interesting. I was a mecha pilot who got tired of life in the mecha corps and decided to move out to the country to become a farmer. I was a pretty good one at that. Every season, I would learn to plant, water and harvest new kinds of crops. Terra would give me advice for farming in every season. Her face was so close to mine, she'd watched my every move with a pensive expression. Farming and fishing felt great, but fishing was almost impossible to do at first. The mecha parts of the game felt incredible. Is it mecha or mecha? You could even get to know the villager and have relationships with them too. There was just one thing that was a bit weird. The whole fighting part maybe, because it doesn't really belong there. You know? First? Wow. What you have so far is incredible, Terra. You think so? Yeah, really. It's incredible. I never thought you could combine farming and being a mecha pilot in the same game, but you did it. Just fine. Thanks, Kay. That's nice of you to say. There's just one thing I think that was a little off. What's that? Any feedback would be great. I feel like the relationship with the townspeople were a little weird. The dating aspect didn't really feel right. Why? I knew you would notice that. It's kind of embarrassing, but I have never actually dated before, so I have no idea what it's really like. And to be honest, I've never really had a real friend either. If it's not too much to ask, her voice suddenly reduced to a whisper. Maybe you and I could be friends? I'd be honored to be your friend. That said, please don't trap me in a video game again. Sorry, what? Anyway, watching you play gave me some ideas. Want to help me with testing them? Sure, I would be happy to help however I can. We'd both suggest ideas, she's implement it, and we'd test it together, and repeat. It just kept getting better and better. Terra's smile and enthusiasm was contagious. I couldn't help but be excited for her and in awe of her drive. We spent the rest of the day working on her game, but it only felt like minutes. I'm just glad it wasn't another virtual reality game. Seems like a nice night for a walk. Oh, hey Kay, what are you doing out here? Just going out for a walk. Care to join me? Sure, why not? I got a few minutes. How about we do a circle around the mansion grounds? Sounds good to me. So, how'd your date with Terra go? Are we already back to our daily interview? Did the island run out of wine? That's wholly unrelated. But yes. Anyway, my date with Terra today was... awesome. Awesome, I had to admit. Terra's very different from my initial impression of her. I feel like I'm seeing the real her now, and I like what I'm seeing. I like the sound of that. Who would have thought you would say something like this after your unique first date, huh? Life sure is funny. Keep it up with what you are doing. Our ratings have only been climbing higher and higher every day. But it's not time to celebrate just yet. I know. Don't worry, I'm sticking to the plan. That's good to hear. Seriously, if you got yourself killing. Seriously, if you got yourself killed by not following the plan at this point, you deserve it. Looks like we finished our walk. Anyways, I gotta get back to work, but it was a nice break. Night, Kay. Night, cat. I walked back to my room and flopped on my bed. Time to get some shut-eye. The scent of something delicious being freshly baked wafted through the kitchen. It's just the two of us. Just the two of us? I will have the music linked up there in the little E. Looks like this batch didn't turn out well either. She frowned. Hey, on the bright side, I can at least tell it's bread this time. Uh-oh, that wasn't the right thing to say. It has been a while since I have done this. Sorry, Kay. I wanted you to have something good. I reached for one of the pieces of bread. Wait, I'm sure it's... I took one bite, then warped the bread down... I took one bite, then warped the bread down like it was a last of its kind. It's delicious. I reached for another to prove my point. You really mean it? I took a moment to wolf down the second piece. Cross my heart. You are just saying that. She smiled. Ah, that's the moment I have been waiting for. She hugged me with all her might. But I love that about you, you know? I love you, Kay. I held her tight. I love you too. For a moment the whole world was just me and her. And that was all that mattered. What I wouldn't give to have you back like this. Kay. I bet you're a cat, still. The girls and I kicked off our morning by testing out Terra's game together. It was multiplayer now, so we all could play together in the same world. This came with its own fair share of consequences. I said, cover me, or you will have to finish making dinner yourself. I'm trying, there's just too many mutant vegetables attacking. Yui, I need you to cover me. Where are you? I'm sorry, it's the mayor's birthday and I can't decide which berry to give him. It can wait. But then I won't get bonus points. Come to think of it, I think we are running low on tomatoes and carrots. Do you need any, Violet? We have enough to survive the winter, but more supplies are always welcome. I'm on it. What is happening? Well, the game's definitely gotten more exciting. I wanted for them to test the relationships, but maybe that'll have to wait a bit. I guess we will see next time. Yeah, next time. I can't wait. We spent the rest of the morning playing Terra's game. Morning, Kay. How'd you sleep? Pretty well, considering how you edit the footage that keeps me alive. Drunk. That sounds like a win-win to me, if you ask me. Can you believe it? We are already on the 6th day of the show. Is it already? Time sure goes by fast. No kidding. Anyway, it's time to wrap up phase 2. You just need to go on a second date with your last soulmate candidate. Shouldn't be too hard, no? Please don't jinx me. Break a leg? Seriously, actually breaking a leg would be a lot better for you than messing up today's date. Not helping, cat. Time to get today's date started with none other than my third soulmate candidate, Violet. I found Violet taking a walk outside the mansion. Hey Violet, what's up? Hello there, Kay. I just thought I would take a nice afternoon walk. This place truly does bring back memories of home. You lived on your own personal island? Nothing quite that. Burgessy? You are using words I don't know. Anyways, I have got a surprise for you. Wanna see? For me? I motioned for her to follow me into the mansion. Did I cook something for her? I asked Kat to pull a few strings and, well, we have everything we need to bake whatever we want now. Oh my! Violet looked at me with childlike wonder in her eyes. Let's get right to it then. Why don't we? She was practically shaking with excitement. Her smile and laughter was positively infectious. We decided to make a chocolate cake. It was her favorite flavor, and I don't remember mine. I don't remember my favorite flavor. Okay. That said, I also don't remember a thing about how to make cakes, but with Violet that wasn't a problem. She got me up to speed with a soft and steady hand, and before long we had the cake in the oven, baking away. I wish it took longer to make. Seeing Violet do what she loves most was a treat. When she pulled the cake out of the oven, she looked like a kid on Christmas Day. Oh wow, you are looking different. What the heck? Now just for the finishing touch. A little more here, a little more there. She was in her own world, humming away as she danced around the cake, decorating it as she went along. I couldn't help but smile and watched her in adoration. She's pure happiness right now. I wish I could take this moment and just freeze it in time, so for safekeeping. I can't wait to share this with the others. But first, Kay, would you mind testing it? You don't have to ask, believe me, I'm first in line to try it out. Thank you, I just, am unsure if what I make is worth eating or not. Why is that? My family's caretaker, Lucine, was the one who taught me to bake. Besides my sister, Lucine was the only one who ever bothered to try what I made. Sometimes I worry they told me it's delicious just to make me feel better. I took a little off the top of her cake with my finger and licked it off. It's delicious, Violet, you better believe it. Would you want to help me a little longer? I'm having far too much fun to just stop now. I've just started making some cookies and I quite enjoy your company and help, Kay. I would love to. Let me know how I can help. Violet passed me a bowl full of cookie dough, then a tray. All you need to do is make little cookie-shaped pieces out of this dough, then put them on the tray. Do try not to put any of them too close together on the tray, or it will become something of a mutant cookie in the oven. Got it. No mutant cookies here. I whipped off a piece of dough from the bowl and rolled it into the size and shape of a cookie. Perfect, you are natural. Thanks, Violet. Wow. In the time it took me to make one, Violet had made 6 perfect cookies. She moved with mechanical efficiency as she kneaded balls of dough into perfectly shaped cookies. Wow, I thought you were great before, but you are really incredible. How long have you been doing this? Perhaps since I was about, say, 5? To this day, it remains the only thing I can best my sister at. I finished making another cookie as Violet finished 3 more. She held up one of the cookies and raised it to her face. You have gotten quite skilled at this, Kay. I just wanted to say again, thank you for arranging this. I'm on the top of the world right now. It was my pleasure, Violet. Gosh, she is adorable when she smiles. For a few seconds, we kept working on the cookies in amiable silence, our eyes locked on each other's. You said you had a sister? Why, yes, indeed. Viola Valentine. First twins in the family. She... Oh, I'm out of my room on my tray. She flashed a devious smile in my direction, right before she lightly threw a dough ball at my face. What's with that, cheeky? Before I could react, it splattered against and stuck to my face. She burst into childlike laughter. Nice catch, Kay. Perhaps you might try using your hand next time. Oh, it's on. I couldn't stop myself from smiling as I grabbed some ammo from my own cookie tray and threw them at her. She dodged them with ease and laughter. It's quite humorous how an old caretaker managed to do what you are struggling to do now. I interrupted her gloating with another dough ball throw. This time it made a satisfied splat against her left cheek. Strike! Oh, you are so going down! Her smile turned devilish as she grabbed another dough ball. Oh shit. I have only a second before her next volley. She already has a ball in her hand, so I would say defense. I ducked behind the kitchen counter. An instant later, a dough ball flew above my head. Ha! Ha! Nice! While I was gloating, Violet threw a dough ball that splattered against my forehead. Ah! And then another landed right next to it. Ah! Mercy! And then another. I crumpled to the floor in defeat. I declare this my victory, in absolute confidence. She laughed as she pointed at all the dough on my face. I took the opportunity to interrupt her speech with another dough ball. It splattered right against her left cheek. Oh, you are even more dead now. Forget surviving this crazy TV show. I don't know if I'm surviving the next 5 minutes. It was like looking a tiger dead in the eye. Violet reloaded her ammo and was riding up for another throw. It was all I could do to reach for one more ball and scream in defiance. Bring it on! Some say you can still hear my screams in the kitchen to this day. We finished cleaning up after our impromptu foot fight and brought the dessert that survived the Great War to the porch. Her smile and laughter were infectious. Pardon me, but I guess we can rule out you being a baseball player before you had come to this island. She put her hand tenderly against my face as she whipped off some remained dough. We locked eyes yet again. Her eyes were practically magnetic. Thanks for playing along, Kay. I suppose it's been too long since I have had much fun. So thank you for indulging my little whim. It was a lot of fun for me too, Violet. Don't mention it. Besides, I think I got a few good hits to make it worth it. I'm worried for you. It appeared your amnesia is getting even worse. Violet laughed as she picked off some more crumbs off my face and licked them off her finger. Her eyes seemed to linger on mine. I do hope we can spend more time together soon. I quite like this. I would like that, Violet. I had a lot of fun with you too. You are full of surprises, you know. Just wait and see, there's more where that came from. We spent the rest of the day talking and eating little desserts together on the porch. Though Violet seemed quite distant when I first met her, I learned that the real Violet was nothing like that at all, and full of surprises. She could be unexpectedly shy one moment, then mischievously as a child another. One thing's for sure, being around her makes my heart skip a beat, and the time fly. Before I realized how much time has passed, it was already pitch black outside. I am feeling a little bit of the late night munchies. Guess I will go head downstairs. I walked to the kitchen and opened the fridge. Sweet! There's some leftover cookies that Violet and I had made together. I grabbed a few and wolfed them down. Delicious, Got a case of the midnight munchies? I figured I would do my civil duty and help finishing the cookie Violet and I made. Wait, only a good Samaritan would finish all the cookies so no one else would have to make that sacrifice. I'm just too good of a person, I know. It gets me in trouble sometimes. Anyway, I have been meaning to talk with you. What's up? How'd your date with Violet today go? It was awesome in the sense of the game. It was wonderful, and that's not a word I say very often. No, you are using it for every date so far. It's not every day where you get to spend it with a woman who can turn a kitchen into a war zone. I can't remember the last time I had so much fun, and that's not the amnesia talking. Violet really is something, ain't she? No kidding. I'd expect no less from the woman who currently our audience favor. Really? Whenever we get you both in the same room, ratings just soar through the roof. I can't say I'm surprised to hear that. Are you sure? Well, that should be enough footage for today. Thanks, Kate. You will be happy to know that phase 2 of the plan was a smashing success. That's great to hear. No kidding, the love square between Ellie, Terra, Violet has viewers on the edge of their seats. You have actually broken the records for ratings on a killer dating game show. There are records? Well, it's not as niche as it sounds. Do I get a plague for that? This has got to account for something somewhere. We don't have it printed yet, but I have prepared your tombstone in advance if you're looking for a souvenir. No, please. Oh well, a tombstone can be quite, pricey, so yeah, why not? Give me the tombstone. Thanks for the word of confidence, Cat. Let it never be said that I'm anything but supportive. Anyway, we are on the phase 3. It's pretty much the same as phase 2, except with third dates this time. And one caveat? What's that, Cat? I'm sure you have got a favorite in mind between Ellie, Terra and Violet? If you want to maximize your chances of getting out here alive, save the best for last. It gives audiences something to look forward to. Sounds good to you? Makes sense to me. Good. That's all for today. I will see ya later. Night, Kay. Good night, Cat. Is that a clue again? And thanks for the help till now, Cat. I realized I'd probably be screwed without you. Don't thank me yet. Yeah, don't thank her yet. Guess I will call it a night. I walk back to my room. Time to get some shut-eye. So, what's this supposed to do? A face in my dreams? Oh. This is interesting. That is quite interesting. It's only a prototype, but technically, details aside, you can think of it as a memory rewriter. So it rewrites memories? Pretty much. Think of it like a surgeon's scalpel. With it, you could make some forget things as big as who they are, or something as small as a specific conversation. So you are the scientist behind the whole amnesia thing. So if you use this on someone, anything's fair game. You could erase anything you wanted. Exactly. Well, maybe it's not really a scalpel, since it comes with a reset button. It has a reset button. It said, though, this was supposed to help people after the war. I was supposed to help people after the war. I'm sorry, Scarlet. Don't worry about it. I may not be able to help them, but it doesn't mean I can't help you and your partner escape from this madness. So, Scarlet isn't our partner. I still bet it is Cat. And she forgot too that we were together. Thank you, really. Thank you so much. I know you are taking an incredible risk for us. That honestly most people would never... Don't mention it, Kay. It's what I do. If they manage to trace it back to me, then I will accept whatever comes. It would be the first time I helped somebody in quite some time. Scarlet. The boat is just past the woods, behind the rocky enclave near the beach. It won't be there forever, so act quickly. It would be suicide to go for it during the day, so I recommend heading there near midnight. Thank you, Scarlet. You sure you don't want to come with us? Someone has to stay here to help the people that fall in the spider's web. You don't have to be so noble. I envy her, you know. Forget to leave this place with you. But someone needs to stay here to do what's right. I walked down to the kitchen, where the girls were having breakfast. So, how was the date? Yeah, tell us. Tara was furiously scribbling down notes, with the title War Plans in bold. It was really quite nice. We actually made this cake and the cookies yesterday together, Kay and I. I hope you all enjoy it. They are amazing, Violet. Thanks for making it for us. Thanks so much. They are so delicious. Tara scribbled, War of attrition is likely not an option. What are you writing there, Tara? Nothing. So, how come there's cookie batter everywhere? No matter where I look, I can see batter on every surface of the kitchen. It wasn't just batter. Batter? Violet and I had knocked over quite a few things in our firefight. That's... You sure it was just baking together? Oh, I thought it was more than that. I chattered as if I was heartbroken. I gotta hand it to you, Violet. I didn't think you had it in you. Hubba? Weird word. Wait, no, nothing like that happened. Ellie and I laughed and made finger guns at each other. I don't get it. That's 'cause you're a good person, Yuri. I think what Ellie is trying to say is that Violet and Kay... Ellie stuffed a cookie into Scarlet's mouth before she could finish her sentence. Wow, these cookies are pretty useful. You gotta teach me how to make these sometimes, Violet. It would be my pleasure, Ellie. Oh, teach me too. Why should Kay have all the good stuff? We spent the rest of the morning fooling around in the kitchen. Were they flirting? Wait. Morning, Kay. Let's kick off phase 3. Hopefully we can wrap this up quickly and you will be back to your old life soon. I better be. As nice as this island is, it's a gilded cage. You will be able to go back to your old life soon. That's a promise. Well, unless you make a mess out of your next 3 dates. I can't help you there. But assuming you do, you will get to leave here with one of Ellie, Terra or Violet. But first, it's time to pick which of them you will be going on a 3rd date with, okay? Who it's gonna be. So we should try to get our favorite at the last, she said. I don't like Violet. I still don't like Violet. Terra or Ellie? Terra gets better. Ellie stays good. We will begin with Violet. So far we are... I am sure. You didn't let me down, Kay. I had my doubts with Violet at first, but now I can see why she's the audience favorite. Don't mess it up. Wouldn't dream of it. I found Violet in the same place I met her. She was taking out a fresh batch of cookies from the oven. Morning, Violet. I slid next to her and grabbed one of the cookies in one smooth motion. Ow, hot! I flung the cookie into my mouth anyway. Where's the pain? Damn, that was delicious. Wait a moment, you silly goose. You never fail to make me laugh, Violet. You never fail to make me laugh, Kay. I quite admire that. I did a mocking bow with my arms behind my back and put on my best fancy accent. The pleasure's all mine, my lady. Stop you. I wolfed down another cookie. Hell yeah. You do know those are for sharing with everyone, right? I'm part of everyone. What's the problem here? We laughed together as at the bit we were performing. That reminds me, Kay. What's up, Violet? It's come to my attention that this show will be ending quite soon. Yeah, it is. Do cheer up, please. I don't intend to feel sorry for myself. Instead, I want to use the time we have left here to do something I've always longed to do. And what's that? What I want is to go on a date, the kind that normal people go on. The kind that I have only read about, having a picnic, watching a movie at the theater, long walks on the beach. Even something crazy like a paint night. A paint night? Never heard of that one. And then we can watch the sunset go down together, and it would be so romantic. Her enthusiasm was adorable. She was practically bouncing around the room like a ping pong ball. I think we can make that happen. Can we now? Which one? Why not all of them? She's got the most beautiful smile. Damn. Really? You have got to be kidding me. You couldn't count on me, Violet. I will make it happen. Yay! She did a little cheer and dance. Gosh, I can't stop smiling looking at her. That said, I have no idea what to do. Guess this will be touch and go. Touch and go? It wouldn't be fair if you figure out everything. Let me handle the picnic. She pulled out a basket from behind her. Care to join me in the lovely outdoors? I wouldn't miss it for the world, Violet. Ooh, shiny food. Weird. We walked outside for a while, then settled on a lovely spot with a nice mix of shade and sunlight for our picnic. The way her silver corked the sunlight, it was enough to make you believe in angels. She was so beautiful. Dig in. I've got plenty. Please don't hold yourself back. I've got to be the luckiest person alive. Save that talk for after you try this. I'm letting you have the first bite. Should I be worried? I smiled as she mock-pouted. Just kidding. She laughed and smiled as she spoon-fed me a delicious egg roll. Called it. I'm the luckiest person alive. Not just because the food's delicious, but because you are here next to me, Violet. You've made this week so special. I feel the same way, Kay. And there's more where that came from. You are absolutely right. I have got something prepared for just the two of us next. Just the two of us? You owe me one, Kay. Huh? We enjoy the delicious food and conversation over the rest of the afternoon. We walked back to the mansion hand in hand, smiling all the while. Next stop, the only movie theater on the island. I didn't know we had a room like this in the mansion. I'm not surprised. Terra's pretty territorial about this room, from what I have seen and heard. But right now it's our very own private movie theater. I did a little jazz hand at the TV. Violet clapped as if I had just put a performance of a lifetime. I made a dramatic bow. Then took a look at what movie we had in store. Let's see, we have rom-coms, fantasy medieval movies, war movies, a few superhero movies, and last but not least, a horror movie. I will put on a rom-com. From what Violet was saying earlier, this would definitely be her favorite. I started the movie, then went back and sat next to Violet, with my arms around her. The story was about a girl who moved to a place called New York to become a writer, falls in love with the boy she met there, and eventually realized her dream and her love. It wasn't anything special, but Violet was thoroughly entranced for the whole movie. Me, I was more entranced by her. After the credits rolled, Violet practically burst into tears. This was the best movie I've ever seen in my whole life. My whole life! Then how about we take a scene you like from the movie and turn it into a painting? Oh my gosh, you didn't? Just wait right here for a second. Okay? I had no idea where to find art supplies, but I knew if there was anyone who could, it was Kit. Kit, I think you know the Stitch? You got some nerve putting this together at the last minute, but I like that about you. 4. Set up everything they need for a paint night in the main hall of the mansion. Stat. Oh man, I just finished my shift. Even better. You have got free time for this. He has. And so we started painting on canvas in the main hall. I think I will paint a picture of... Violet and I watching the movie together. This counts, right? What are you painting, Kay? I'm painting a picture of us watching the movie together. It's the most beautiful scene from the movie, you know? I'd be ashamed. It would be a shame not to capture it. You are quite the flirt, you know that? But I like that about you. Her smile could melt the coldest heart. So which scene are you painting, Violet? I'm drawing the scene where the girl runs out in the rain to tell the boy that she loves her. It was just so romantic. She sighed like a love-struck teenager. I could tell she was putting her whole heart into her painting. She captured the scene perfectly. As for me, let's just say I was more focused on making the people having the right numbers of heads and was working from there. An hour or so later, we finished and compared our final artwork. She's an incredibly talented artist. Me, not so much. That was embarrassing, but man, it was worth it just to see her smile and break into laughter. Her laughter was interrupted by a gurgle from her stomach. Mother would punish me for sure if she heard me make that sound, but who cares now? Man, it's already 1.5 hours, and the episode still didn't end. Violet was unstoppable at this point. Is it time for dinner? I do believe it is. I volunteered to cook, but she wanted to go back to the restaurant that we went to on our first date, so we did. Apparently she was trying too hard to be prim and proper back then and didn't actually get to eat as much as she wanted. She ate up a storm, almost literally, almost. We spent dinner wolfing down delicious food without a care in the world and laughing about scenes in the movie and our little artsy adventure. Then finally we went for the long-awaited walk on the beach. We held hands as we walked along the ocean. The waves of the ocean seemed to play music for us as we skirted by. At times we talked without end. At other times we enjoyed each other's company in warmth and silence. Either way, we were as happy as can be. We talked about the how, the past, the present and future. We are so different than before because of each other. You know, Kay, if you asked me to marry you right now, without a doubt, I would accept. I know it sounds quite crazy to say that in such a short period of time, but I just know. She kissed me passionately with everything she had. And what came next was a perfect ending to our lovely date. Come closer. Thanks. And just like that, that's my last date with Violet. Time sure goes by quickly. I thought I would find you here. Why that? You tend to come out here when you are lost in thoughts, is all. You are thinking about how the show's almost over, am I right? How would you know? Lucky guess. Well, it's not over yet, so don't let up just yet. Speaking of which, how was your date with Violet today? It was awesome, but that wasn't a real, normal date. I never saw something like that in, normal, not rich lives, so that wasn't a normal date. Being with Violet makes me feel like we are on top of the world. Somehow she takes my breath away with how cool she can be, and at the same, make me laugh like a child alongside her. I had no idea that I would fall for her so hard after our first meeting, but I couldn't help myself. And now what I want most is to make her the happiest woman in the world. Now that's what I like to hear. I had my doubts at first, but you two really stole the show. And with good reason. I feel like our viewers got to see a glimpse of what your life together would be like. Maybe the mess in the kitchen won't be from the dough next time, Oh. Let it be dough, please. Just let it stay like that. No comment. Anyways, I would ask you if you're thinking of choosing her at the end, but I would rather wait and see how it plays out. You going to stay out here for longer? Nah, I will probably be going back inside soon. I will keep you company till then. I figure you might want to have a conversation with someone that won't get you killed if it's not TV worthy. Thanks, Cat. Don't mention it. You know, I'm curious, Cat. What's up? Oh. Let's say I knew I was screwed, that there was no way of me getting out of here alive, that the only way left for me to survive was just to run. Would you let me escape? Of course, Kay. I'm unsure. Thanks, Cat. That means a lot. It's no big deal. We stayed out for a little longer before we called it a night. I am lucky I have someone I can trust on my side. Somehow I have the feeling she is a person out of our dreams, but I'm also... I wouldn't call it trustworthy right now. Waking up next to Violet felt like waking up next to an angel. We had walked back from the beach past midnight last night, so any rest we could get was very welcome. For several minutes, all I could do was watch her silver hair catch the sunlight. She was the most beautiful thing I would ever seen. I had ever seen? Morning, Kay. Morning to you too, Violet. Do you mind if I just perhaps stay here for a spell? Not one bit. Fantastic. She rolled herself towards me and hugged me with all her strength. No take-backs. We laid together in the bed all morning, enjoying each other's warmth and company. I don't want this moment to end. I simply cannot wait till we leave here together, Kay. We will be the greatest partnership for all time. An empire like no other. I do like an ambitious woman. Ah, it's time for you to spend some time with another girl, no? Yeah, sorry about that. It's in the contract. It's no matter. To bicker about this would be fruitless. It's the very nature of this show. Do entertain yourself with whoever today's date will be. But know that everything she could offer would pale to what a queen could. Morning, Kay. You will be happy to know your third date with Violet yesterday was pretty well received. Not the highest rated we've had so far, but enough to give us more room to keep going. Sounds good enough to me. For your next date, make sure you pick someone who you think the audience will respond well to. Though at this point I will think you are in a pretty good spot either way. Without further ado, which soulmate candidate is it going to be? The favorite for last. Let's say Ellie? I don't know.